Gonna try a little turkey calling. This is from my backyard. This is a very good area for hunting. It's just like probably not even more than 100 yards from the house on the back hill. Out here is all woods. It just goes all the way back to Route 302, all the way down to East Bridge Street. Lots of land out there, loaded with deer. You go by the big farm down the road, there's just like sometimes 50 turkeys or more out there. So I just bought this because turkey spring hunting is coming up in a couple days, youth day anyway. I'll get my grandson out here. Hopefully we can get ourselves a bird. But I got this, I did a little YouTube researching and got this one the other day. It's called Old Faithful. It's a turkey call and it's great. And I was watching some YouTube videos on how to use it. So I thought a nice sunny day like today, come out here, get away from the virus, get away from the world, let it be, and just come out here and just meditate and try to see if I can ruffle up with some turkeys. In the morning, sometimes at the crack of dawn, like if I'm in my hot tub, I'll hear them down back here. They're just at the crack of dawn, they're down here gobbling like hell. So I figure I'd come down just for something to do, just to meditate a little bit and see if I can get a little turkey to try to answer the Old Faithful. But I'll show you how they showed me on YouTube how to do it. It's pretty good. Ready? Here we go. I think they heard me more than they did the turkey call. I probably already gave them the heads up. They probably already know I'm here. They're probably saying, we ain't gonna bite for that one there, Chief. Let's do a gobbler. You do it this way, and the guy said, you bring it down here and you hold your thumb so that way when you move your wrist real fast, you can get the sound of a gobbler. Sounds a little like this. Now we'll wait a minute and see if we get any noise back. But I think they already heard me talking to the video, so they probably know I'm already here. But this is the back part of my yard. And the deer come up, you can see where they've done a lot of, on these trees, they love to pick and eat at them. It's all low cut. And they love eating the buds, and some of them got huge from the past over the last few years. When they get in their scraping season, they come up here and they tear the shit out of the bark and they really rub the hell out of it. But what I like about it, it sits really high. And on that side it's high. And then down there you get the what they call the drainage pond for the development, where all the water that comes off the main road and the development comes down into here. And this is right full of peepers and frogs. I mean, at nighttime, it's so peaceful. If you come out here, you can hear them down there making all kinds of noise. And you can hear them from the house. If you open the bedroom window, you can hear them down here. They just sound so peaceful. You know, I don't know. When I had this house built back in 2008, just prior to Ladanian being born, I picked this house and this lot to be built because this is why I wanted it. Because I got my own woods in my own backyard. There's 55 acres, and then it connects on to another 10 acres, and it goes all the way down the Methodist Road to Route 302 by Duck Pond Variety, and it goes all the way back that way to Austin Street, and all the way down that way to East Bridge Street. And you can hike. You got the brook that runs down through there. It's got brook trout in it and everything. Goes all the way up to the dam right up there behind Highland. Well, now it's called Duck Pond Variety. But right behind them, it used to be Highland Variety, but now it's called Duck Pond. That's right behind them where there's a dam. And in the spring, the alvers all come up through and they spawn up the brook, and they get stuck in the pools of water, and there's so many of them. Sometimes they disintegrate all the oxygen, and then you end up seeing like hundreds of them just floating on top of the water because they're dead, because they ate up all the oxygen. But the brook is great. It's got brookies in it, and they stock it every spring. It comes right off from Route 302 at the parking lot there. People love to go there and park, and then they hike the brook and go fishing. It's really beautiful, beautiful scenery back there. I mean, it's like, thank God with this virus right now, the way it is, I've got like a couple tree stands back there. I can go sit up in them. They're only like a 10-minute walk away into the woods, and beautiful spot. Right by the edge of the brook, I can hear the water running down through. And it's so peaceful. I mean, it's like being in heaven. I got two of them. I got one just right at the foot of the brook down here, and then I got one you cross the brook on a little bit of a knoll that sits on the other side of the brook. And I got one right here, right in my backyard, right here. There's one right over there. There's a tree stand I put up when I first, probably it's been there for like maybe, I don't know, 5 or more years. The house is 2008. Ladanian was just born. We moved in 2 weeks after he was born. When they finished the house, that was in February of 2008. And now he just turned 12. But, you know, with the virus and the way the world is right now, this is like being in heaven out here. You know, I got my own backyard, and I don't have to worry about social distancing, because I can go out here. The only thing I'm going to run into is maybe a deer or a turkey or a coyote. I hear the coyotes out here occasionally. I'll see the fox. Oh yeah, these woods right here are right loaded with wildlife. And then, like I said, you got the brook. You can get down there and fish in the brook. You can walk all the way that way, a couple miles to Route 302, or you can walk down that way towards East Bridge Street, and that'll take you all the way down to East Bridge and Austin Street, where the Dunkin' Donuts is, down on Route 302. Beautiful territory. I mean, I don't have to stay in the house and hibernate. Yeah, I may be home, stay home. No need to roam. I got plenty of place and space back here to roam. I got my own backyard that's got acres and acres of woods and wildlife. Just if the food does get short, and they do get a shortage on food and beef, I just take my crossbow and my bow, and I just go out here, because they have the extended archery season. I just go out here and I just get me some deer, and that way I won't be short on food. I still got deer meat from last year, from that buck I got last year, so I'm still munching on that. I like that too. Now I'm anxious to get myself a turkey. I ain't get me one of them big deep fryers so I can put in my backyard and use a propane tank and fry them up. I had some one time when I was down to Florida at the Bass Pro outlet. They had turkey hunting season going on at the time, and this hunter brought in his turkey, and they fried it up, and they were giving samples out. Well, of course, samples to me, I sat there and I ate I ate more than samples. I sat there and ate enough of the samples until I was actually full. It was so good. And I've actually been sitting on this hill before in the dead of winter during hunting season, and had a deer come right up over. I was doing some deer calling off this hill, hiding behind this brush, And he came right in from the ridge, right in between me. There's a big, deep ridge right behind me here. Goes right out over where my tree stand is over there. It's really steep. Goes down, goes up the other side. Well, I was sitting on this hill and I was doing the calling. It was just at the crack of daylight. And he came right down over and came right up over and came right behind me. But it was kind of a little bit of a quiet morning because it was kind of a little bit of a rainy morning. So I didn't hear him coming in because he didn't make any noise until I turned around and I had my bow in my hand. And I turned around and looked back and there he was standing right there looking at me. I had all my camo on. So I sat here and then I looked at him and I waited for a second, and finally after a few seconds he took a jump. He went right up there. He ran right up behind my house. He stood right behind my shed. I stood up and I did take a shot at him, but I didn't have time enough to really get a good shot. So he took off and went around and went back down over the other side of the ridge and went back down into the woods. But I see the deer back here all the time there. And like I said, the turkeys, they're out here. Sometimes they'll come up in the yard, 10, 15 of them at a time. They'll pick off the backyard. I'll see them out there. But, you know, I just kind of wanted to demonstrate what I was going to be doing, getting ready for turkey season. And I just got this call, so it's really kind of hot to trot to try it out because I've never done a call before. Because I've really never done turkey hunting. But the funny thing was, when I renewed my license back in December for some reason, this year I bought a turkey license, spring turkey hunt. And I don't know why, but I guess now I'm going to need it with all this social distancing and stay home and all that. I guess the turkey hunting license is going to come in pretty handy. I hope this thing here will help me out, bring me in one. But I'll demonstrate it again. Here we go. Now we'll do the gobbler. But I guess sit up for that one. Because that's more a wrist action. You gotta kind of shake it up to get the gobbler sound. My neighbor's probably up there listening. They're probably saying, "Wow, honey, you hear the turkeys down there?" My neighbors, I can hear their voice from here. Because, you know, it's stay home orders, so everybody's home. Normally, they'd all be off to work by now. They all own their own business like me. But it's a great neighborhood. I mean, we're only 10 minutes out of the city, but we're in what they call the rural part of Westbrook, so it's kind of like, really like the country out here. I mean, it's so beautiful and peaceful. It's like being out of the city, but being in the country. And we all, in this development, we all have at least an acre. I just got a little over an acre. And like I said, I picked this lot out. I was the first one on this street. Now there's probably 7 others that are on here, and that's it. We're all built out. There ain't no more people coming in here. And the builder is back here. Like I said, all this back here, there was like 55 acres of land behind me, just here and all the way down through. Abuts my property. He donated it and gave it all to the Presumpscot Land Trust. So that, you know, they do those trails where people can go out and do trails. The trail's way back the other side, though. It don't get in my way. And typically speaking, you wouldn't see anybody out there anyway. The only time you see people out there is when they ain't got nowhere else to go. But they can't cross the brook because there's no bridge. And right now the water's kind of high. When it rains a lot, the water gets pretty high back there. Let's try it again. We'll try Old Faithful one more time for you. Just a demonstration. Gobbler. sit tight and have a little coffee and see if we hear anything. I don't think we're going to hear anything because I'm doing all this talking. They already know I'm here. I just wanted to demonstrate this and kind of give you a little insight of my my heaven. This is heaven. Especially right now with what's going on in the world with the virus and stay home and all that. Hear a plane. I haven't heard a plane in a long time. There's hardly any planes anymore. Used to be, you'd hear them coming across, taking off and landing at the Portland airport. You hear them all the time, but lately, because of the virus, there ain't really any planes going much of anywhere anymore, so you don't hear them anymore. Usually, like the first thing in the morning, like starting at 5, when they start picking up, the airport opens, you'd hear them every few minutes taking off all day long. They fly right out over when they take off. They go right up around and take a loop and head west, or you'd see planes up high in the sky coming from that direction, because that's east and that's north. East, northeast. And they come right in from that direction, flying high, coming in from Europe. They come in from the east. And they come right up the coast from the down the coast of Maine, and then fly down in to land in Boston or go down to New York or New Jersey. But they come right in from there. You'd see them all day, especially on a day like today, because it's so clear blue. I mean, you can see. Oh, there's one right there, actually. Look at that. There's one right there coming in from Europe. I'll show you what I mean. Let me show you. I got it on front camera, but we'll see if you can see it. Right up there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's right up there high in the sky. Usually by now you'd probably see about I don't know, there'd probably be like every few minutes you'd see like 4 or 5 of them coming across at the time. They all coming in this time of day from Europe. Yeah, that's one going right up there. You don't see them very often lately because of the virus, because the border's closed, but I don't know who the hell they're carrying if they're coming in from Europe, because from my understanding, unless it's essential travel, you can't fly anywhere. So I don't know. I mean, you don't see them too often. And when you do see planes on right now on the internet or anything, they make a joke out of it, because some people, there's sometimes planes where there's only one person on the whole entire plane. But yeah, this is it. This is what it looks like back here. Right? That's what it looks like. That's where all the peepers are, right there in that pond. And the turkeys, they come right down on that hill right there and peck at the grass and the rocks and stuff. And the pebbles. Because there's like a lot of sand and gravel down there. Over there's an old wooden tree stand that somebody built. And yeah, this is my stay at home. I don't care. I guess I can, as long as the weather's perfect. I mean, even rainy days sometimes it's fun. You can still come out and have fun in the rain. But I don't mind. I take my four-wheeler out here and go for a nice ride and go all the way over to 302, across the brook and up over and on the other side. And I can go all the way up through and take a 20-minute to a half-hour ride with my four-wheeler and go all the way up through. Take the snowmobile trail and come back out around on the other side of Methodist Road. I mean, it's a lot of fun back there. So, stay home don't matter much to me. I got my coffee. I got my turkey call. I got my acres and acres and acres of inner city hunting and wildlife and beauty. It's like being in the middle of heaven, in the middle of the city. I'm in between the city of Westbrook and in between the city of Portland. You know, you can even own a house out here. I own a couple goats that Jenny got for Ladanian. We got them back in, I think, when Ladanian was 5. I think that was 2017. 17, 18, 19. No, excuse me. Much longer than that. Because Ladanian was born in 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we got him in 2012. 2012. Because they were about 7 or 8 years old. They're 2 Norwegian dwarf goats. Really fun. Levi, he's the male. He loves the headbutt. Me and him have a headbutt match. He's a really good, fun goat. He likes to play. And so I just figured I'd do this video and just show you a little bit of what I do on my stay home in a time like this, what we're going through. So if I still lived in the city of Portland, where you live up each other's ass and you don't have no room to breathe, you're like on a 5,000 foot lot, and you like can look out your kitchen window and into their kitchen window, and your neighbors, you don't even have enough room to be social distancing. Even if you're in your backyard, out here, there ain't nobody gonna come near me. Ain't nobody out here but me. I could even put my tent. I've seen people do it from here. The kids, they'll put a tent down by the brook and not find a nice spot down there and camp out overnight. It's fun. They got, right down there by the brook, there's a couple nice spots where you can sit there and listen to water and put your tent up. I've seen them do it before. You got the birds. The birds are out here already chirping. Trees are starting to bloom. Yeah. I gotta say, for this, what we're going through right now with this virus and the world completely coming to a halt and a standstill, and everything shut down, and all this lockdown and stay home. But my business is still essential, so I'm still working. My wife's answering the phone right now, and she's doing pretty well answering the phone and covering work, and we just send it to the guys and tell them where to go and what to do, and we're still up and running. So, well, we can get a reason. What we'll do is sometimes in the afternoon we'll just take a 15-20 minute ride in town with the truck and ride around, just because we have an excuse to go if we get stopped, or if they give mandatory that to that extent, we got a reason to be out and about. But yeah, it's great out here. I built Ladanian a beautiful treehouse up here, right behind me, just in the woods here a little bit. Back when I first moved in, like, I don't know, I think it was like 3 years after we built the home, I built this farm from scratch. Cost me like maybe $2,500 in material, but I built it all by myself. I bought me a couple nail guns, used my ladders, bought all pressure treated wood, and I built it. I'll show you what it looks like. Beautiful, beautiful tree house. I'll show you. It's kind of like right behind the house, but once the trees bloom and they get the leaves on them, you can't even see back here because it's really confined. But I built this side of it. It's got to be washed. It's pretty dirty right now. But this is the back side. And if you can see, right up there, yeah, you can see. It's right behind me, up above my head. That's the deck. It's got a front deck on it. And those are 6 foot high plexiglass, side by side. So it gives you a place to look out. Let's see if I can show you a little bit more. This is the front view of it. Where is it? There it is. There we go. Yeah. It's got plexiglass front windows in the front. You can see them. It's got a deck. You can actually put lawn chairs on it. It's got a roof. It's built right above the I built it right into the trees, so as the trees grow bigger, they're gonna probably take this thing, bring it right up into the woods. It's gonna grow. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a little piece of what it's like in my stay home territory. It's like heaven, especially in a time like right now. Like I said, with all that's going on in the world, you can't ask for a safer place. It's beautiful out here, see? This is my backyard. That's the ridge I was just sitting on down there. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's my backyard. I'm having a good time. Hope you had a good time listening to me. This is the 2020 COVID-19 coronavirus. Stay home. No need to roam. See you later.